Well, that was disappointing. All right, well, I started it though.
All right.
All right. So trying 12 Angry Men. I thought it was pretty good. I think it's one of the best movies I've seen, to be honest.
Of all
There's
time.
yeah, well, of my time, the 22 years I've been on this earth. It's just like power and simplicity, basically. Like there were no flashbacks, there were no special effects. It was just dudes in a room
And you
like
never know
that.
who was right.
Yeah, and you don't know if anyone's right at the end either.
Hmm.
And I like to point out there was not a single good hairline in that room.
There
Oh,
wasn't.
Why
okay.
do people care about hairlines nowadays?
I
I
really
No.
don't know.
Okay, the guy at the end with like the hat, he kept, or he made fun of a few people's hairlines, but he had no hair when he took off his hat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
That's why he kept his hat on. Because he was
but like,
embarrassed.
but it's like, how did we get to this stage now that we care about hairlines? Like, I could have named a few handsome guys in there. You know, I'm not gay, but like, I can say that they were handsome and they did not have good hairlines.
All right.
yeah, I like sweaty, big, bald guys too. But that brings me to this is why the movie was the best movie. Is that the one guy that didn't sweat, and that they said, "Do you sweat?" And he's like, "No, I don't sweat."
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
foreshadowing.
He
I
think-
sweated. He sweated
think-
when he was proved
yeah.
wrong.
It was
I
good
think that
foreshadowing
was
for that.
that was a really good flex right there.
It was. Okay.
Yeah, I don't sweat.
So can we talk about the fucking camera shots? My fucking favorite camera shots were the wide out shots where you could see the whole room. Like
Oh,
it was
oh.
like focused in on one. Like you could see like
I
at the
actually have
beginning.
that.
Like at the beginning when the credits were rolling and stuff, like you saw like all of them walk into the room.
Yeah.
You didn't even need to like have like a this guy is like this, right? Like
Yeah.
like someone explaining it. You just saw how they acted, like their
Mhm.
little quirks, all of them in one room at once. All of them, like they're all like it's starting to get hot. You can tell everybody's taking off their jackets, taking off their ties and shit. It sets
Yeah.
up the setting
Yeah.
so perfect.
And then
Like-
there's a dude looking for the fan.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, you're gonna be in here for the next like hour and a half or whatever of the movie.
And then, like, it showed different emotions too. Like when that one older guy started going off, and everybody got up, and it like panned out further, and he
That's
started-
my favorite. That's my favorite.
Yeah, when,
God, I got the picture right here. I saved
yeah,
it.
when they literally
Yeah.
all just turned their backs, like we're not listening to you because you're
Oh
just
yeah,
being,
yeah, yeah.
you're just like you're on a higher pedestal, so you're like looking down on these people.
And also that kind of represents how like I thought a bit how the kid on trial felt. Like he felt that nobody was listening to him.
Mhm.
Like everybody had their everybody was kind of like, because they were saying how like everybody in the trial was treating it like a joke. Like even the beginning, the judge was like the judge had his hand like on his face and everything, like leaning, being like, "Yep, this is pretty serious. It's all up to you." Like not even like seeming like not seeming like he cared about the kid's life and everything.
And
Yeah.
back to the fan, I knew that when he first played with that fan, it was gonna come back to it, and it did, and I was happy because they figured out the fan. But
What did
my-
the old guys say? That was quite a stupid thing to do.
Yeah.
No, but my favorite shot was when they showed it from the perspective of Juror 8, and everyone was looking at you.
Oh yeah, true.
Those
Yeah.
are my
yeah.
favorite because it pulled you right into it, and it made you feel like you were there.
Especially me, because I think I relate a lot to.
Yeah, you
Juror
are
8.
Juror 8. So we have
Yeah.
we have a
Literally are
guest
Juror
here,
8.
Juror 8,
Yeah.
from the movie.
Yeah. Hi,
Yeah,
Jurate.
Sounds like
Yeah,
you did
hi.
just in the movie somehow.
Not even that, but it's like really hot in my room, and I just felt like everybody. Like I kept wiping my face because it was hot. I was immersed.
You
I
didn't
think-
even need a like VR headset, bro. You were just
Yeah.
fully immersed in the movie.
I think
I-
that added into it.
I like that it also showed the guy, like it explained like the guy with his son. So even from before the start, like Juror 8 knew that he was only doing that for his own like. It had the only way, like he didn't feel anything towards the kid on trial. He just felt that way because his son hasn't talked to him in 2 years.
See, and it's funny because that dude was the same dude who said, let's look at the facts first. He was like, I don't
Yeah.
have any personal things. At the end, he was the only one with a personal thing.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
well, the other dude too, but you know what I mean. Like he was the last one to
Like he
break
let
down.
it he let it make him like he didn't like correct himself. He had to break
Yeah.
down.
And I like when it panned to the table at the very end of the movie, and it like shows all their working stations, like what they were doing. Like I think it's funny how they were talking about the kid from the slums, but the only one who was actually like paying attention to what was going on when Jur A was talking, like from the start, and reading like newspaper, actually doing something that's productive, was the guy who was from the
Yeah.
slums.
Yeah, true.
They're all talking down on the kid because he's from the slums, and this guy's like, okay, but I'm here right now, and I'm like acting civilized. I'm not getting riled up, you know. I'm telling people to calm down. It's just
Yeah.
like it's
Mhm.
kind of funny that they're talking down on that kid that's on trial because where he's from.
Yeah.
I also love how like it's just so funny. Like it was really funny to me how like you could tell it was a movie of its time too. Like he was like, yeah, bring me the fucking murder weapon. Give me the murder weapon.
Yeah.
Let me touch
Yeah.
it. And
And then this-
Let me demonstrate, like
Yeah.
shoving it into you.
yeah. They're like, yeah, give me the murder. Like they were able to just touch the murder weapon. Like
And
I'm
then
like,
this guy's like, yeah, I got the murder weapon also right in my pocket. Got it from
Yeah.
a store.
he's like, yeah, I
Yeah.
broke the law.
Yeah.
He left it in the fucking room too. He left
Yeah.
it in the room. So maybe he
I
got
mean-
arrested.
What if he was
Oh.
the killer? What if he was the killer?
That's what I'm saying. Like we never know.
Like at the end when he
never know.
looks back at the table, looking at everything.
True.
That's when it hit me.
Dude, that guy just finessed himself. He was like, I don't want to say it, okay, but he just won the game of Among Us, dude. He would have been so good.
Okay,
And it's just
we had
like
to
the-
restart this whole
Listen, it's just the simple things, man. It's the simple things, like people fidgeting and people like doodling.
is like
that one
Among Us,
guy
though.
Yeah.
doodling, and like people stopped going in order. They were just like chaos ensued basically,
Yeah.
and
Who
like
is it?
perfectly.
Who is
No.
your favorite character?
I was the main guy who said not guilty.
Dude,
Number
the
8.
old man was pretty clutch. Not gonna lie, he was
True.
pretty clutch.
Ari?
I honestly liked the watch.
Okay. I liked the
Sorry.
nerdy guy. What was it, Juror 2 or something?
Everybody kept telling him to shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the end, when the emotional guy was like, what about the other evidence? He was like, well, you said we can throw away the other evidence. And
We
that
said we
just
can
throw
made my
away.
day.
Literally, all of them had character development.
Yeah, everybody did. And then the main dude too. I liked him because that one part where he was like trying to get the other guy riled up, the one that like the facts or whatever, the one with the son. And then he was like, I'll kill him. And then he was like, you don't really mean that, do you? And it was like part of the case too, because the woman said she heard the kid say, I'll kill you.
Bro,
And then it was like the biggest slap in the face without even saying anything.
that's like you put like the Vine shotgun boom sound effect right there.
Yeah.
Like that was actually like
But-
that's a moment right there.
I liked the part too where they were talking about how, you know, because the watchmaker wasn't from America, quote unquote, because he had an accent. And everybody was like, they just come in here and take our stuff. And like we don't know what race the kid is, but they're insinuating that he's not from, you know, like white man. And then I think it's funny that the watchmaker literally corrected the guy. He was like, they're coming in here and saying all that shit, and then he was like, did like not broken English, but his
Oh, he
English
said
was
he
incorrect.
don't even know perfect English, but he said he doesn't even know.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
that's what it
corrected him,
was.
and it's funny because it like even today it shows like those people work hard to get here, and they have to take a test that even we don't understand. I just
Yeah.
think it's like hard, and I think it's funny how that demonstrates. You know, he corrected him, and that's not even his first language.
I think it tackled a lot of like sensitive topics without getting too into it because it's like I said, it's just a bunch of dudes in a room and it's just like basic dialogue, but at the same time it's really not. It's like it's a lot of how different people think. So if you put that together in a room, it's like a bunch of different ideas and you can't be um not everyone's going to be politically correct, right?
Yeah.
And I think
No.
it got that perfect. Like everybody had their own thing.
Yeah.
Nobody was like, okay, like nowadays, if this movie was made, everybody would have to be like politically correct. I think it
Yeah.
was like it was good in that aspect of the movie.
Yeah. Because it even demonstrated that with the guy who literally only wanted to go to the ball game. Like he didn't care what
Yeah.
happened to the kid. He didn't care which way. He was just swayed by the side of whichever is the majority is what I'm gonna vote.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was ahead of its time, but it couldn't be made ahead of its time.
Yeah.
It had to
Yeah.
be made in the time.
Dude,
Like
okay.
right now, I don't know, man. Like if this movie was made, there'd be so many special effects, like I said, and then
Yeah.
like flashbacks and shit, like B-roll. There was nothing of that. It was just
They
one
Like
continuous like frame.
yeah,
it
you could
kept it
tell it was like kind of like low budget too. Like it
Yeah.
was just a ton of dudes in a room. Like that's all it was.
Like,
There
But
was
it
nothing
also
else.
it also kept the main point of that they're in a jury trial. Yes, it demonstrated that they're all having their own issues with their own lives, but it also kept it to the main topic. Like you say, going like to flashbacks and everything. At least like nowadays, you'll go back to flashbacks and you'll be like, "What's going on? Like, why am I seeing this? This is what happened to me." But we're still in a jury trial, so this is what's going on. This is the main topic and why this is happening.
Yeah. And it didn't feel rushed at all. Like the pacing was perfect. The
Yeah.
dialogue was funny too. Like when the dude with the son was like, he ran away from a fight and it almost made me throw up or something like that.
Yeah.
Like the dialogue was perfect too.
But see, I liked that too because they were saying about how that the kid on trial was getting beat by his father, and this guy straight up said, like, when I was growing up, I had to call my father sir.
Like a boomer.
Yeah, but my thing is, you straight up said you fought your 16-year-old son, and then you're upset because he left your house because you wanted to make him a man. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not as bad as like this kid getting abused on the street, but it's the same thing. How are you gonna fight about a kid being abused and then you're basically doing the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
No,
ever?
oh, wait, no,
you
you
go
go.
ahead because I'm gonna have to bring us a little off topic to get my point
Okay.
off.
No, I was just to say I love this whole thing, right? You notice throughout the whole movie they get more and more sweaty throughout the whole movie, and like and the water keeps going down and down, like all the water, like it's almost gone. Like you could like the water's kind of like a gauge of how like
I
shit
never
was
even
like
noticed
going.
that.
Like you like further like the further the water went down, like in like the water jug, like the more like tense it got. Like everybody was screaming at each other.
And
and
the
shit.
more cigarettes there were on the table too.
Yeah, there was a
Yeah.
ton of when you could smoke inside a government building.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a ton of cigarettes like in the ashtray and shit at the end.
I like how this was made too. Sorry, Sean, this is gonna be fast,
good.
but I like how this was made too because honestly, nowadays jury trials aren't like this. You feel like
Mm.
you have to go one way or another. There's no sitting and arguing. It's more of a, oh yeah, that's what happened. We're all just gonna sway this way.
Yeah.
Everybody's so crooked now. It's not like just straight up your opinion.
Yeah. Well, I guess it was because of one guy though. So
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah,
could still do that, but the thing is, most people just want to get on with their lives nowadays.
Yeah,
yeah.
like they kept saying, "Oh, well, let's just go tell the judge we have a hung jury, like every like fight." Remember that? Like in
And
Yeah.
this kid's gonna
Yeah.
die. Like
yeah,
that's no joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as I was saying, you ever think about if your life was viewed as a movie? Like if you're in a movie right now?
I
That'd
do
be a pretty
actually.
boring ass
Okay.
movie.
yo,
This movie, going into it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna like start watch this movie, and then 10 seconds later, hit my head
That's
against
what
the
I
table.
thought. Yeah.
And
Mhm.
this movie made me think that my life is a movie. Like that could be a possibility because
That's what
watching
I'm saying.
men in a room argue
It's so
was
simple.
actually interesting.
Yeah.
It's no different from what we do on fucking Discord every night.
Yeah.
It really isn't.
It
except-
really isn't.
yeah.
But there were
And
so
it's like,
many different personalities. That's the thing.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's like even you can still even view this as your life too because imagine you were on that trial. You don't know what's going on. This could be happening behind the scenes, and you're just having to sit there and wait.
Mhm.
Yeah. And even when everybody went quiet, it was just like on one character. It still had me hooked because like I felt one of those characters that were silent, looking at the person talking.
The first
Like there
time,
were a couple of
sorry,
times that happened.
the first time I ever watched this movie was in government class. And it was also to demonstrate how one person having a different opinion can change a whole room. Like if they say they all bullied him into submission, like at the you know what I think is funny about how at the end of the movie they're all looking at that guy who's
Yeah.
crying about his son. They were doing that to the guy in the start because he was like, I don't think he's guilty. But didn't break. He didn't budge. He stayed the same as he was.
Yeah. So what are you saying though that the dude that started crying could have convinced everybody else to say guilty?
Mm-mm. I'm just saying that he broke under, like, he let his emotions get the best of him at the end because he could have, sat there and argued longer, but all of them staring at him just broke him at
Yeah.
the very end. The guy at the start was like, I just don't think he's guilty. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just, yeah.
One thing that I thought was really funny, that guy that kept coughing, like he had a really bad cough.
Yeah.
Everybody would just look at him whenever he coughed. Like someone's like mid sentence, and he's like, and like he just like everybody just turns and looks at him. I'm like,
Because
okay,
you
come
realize
on, man.
you realize that towards the end of the movie he stopped coughing, right?
Yeah. Wait, really?
And wasn't he
Yeah.
only coughing when they were talking about not being guilty?
Yep, he was only coughing
Yeah.
when they were talking about not being guilty.
Because he was getting pissed off. I think that's why he was coughing.
He just wanted to interrupt people so they didn't get their points across.
Yeah. Well, also I think he has a fucking cough because he's probably like he looked older and he was probably a smoker or whatever.
Well,
Like,
no,
that's
he
probably
said
the
it.
character.
He said he explained that it was just a cold from, like, it was a cold from the heat.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But he only coughed when it was necessary, and towards the end he wasn't coughing at all.
Yeah, that's true. Like that could be what it was. Him just coughing to like fucking make fun of people and interrupt them. That's true.
And it's funny too that the nerdy guy asked if they wanted cough drops, and then when he asked for one, he was like, they ran out.
Yeah.
Why would you ask people then if you were just gonna run out? He straight up lied to.
Yeah, he went. They're all. He's like, there's. What he says like they're all out. Friend.
You guys realize when he offered earlier, he didn't take him up on that offer when he was quote unquote coughing. So why would he give him to him now that all of a sudden it's convenient for him?
A moment that I thought was really, really good was when they were talking about the old man on trial, right? And then like the old guy was like, yeah, he had the witness or whatever. He was like, yeah, he had a limp. He looked like he had like a ripped coat and everything. And then the guy was like the guy that was like yelling and everything was like, what does he know? He's just an old he's an old man. He doesn't know anything. And then everybody went silent because like he kind of he was really disrespectful to the old guy.
Oh yeah.
My thing is,
because they didn't even explain it either. It's just like you just knew. Like everybody was like, everybody was like, what the fuck? Why would you say that in front of an old person? Like
my thing,
it's disrespectful.
My thing is, I think it's funny that you realize throughout the whole thing, all the stuff that he was yelling was helping juror number 8 get his point across because he was agreeing with them. Like he was agreeing with them vocally, and then would say, I don't agree with you guys, after spitting out so many facts that proved points.
Yeah.
There was one point that I got mad that they didn't spend more time on, and it was like the guy that kept switching sides. He was talking about, like, when they were talking about the boy panicking and running out, he said, well, if he's panicking and he ran out, how would he have wiped the fingerprints off and then got, like, because he never got back to the blade. The police were already there. So he was like, how would he wipe the fingerprints off if he's panicking? And then they just never touched upon that again. And I was like, well, that was actually a really strong point, but okay.
But yeah, I guess they didn't really even need to touch up on it because all the points he made were so strong.
Yeah. I think he realized that he didn't have to talk about it anymore because they were like, the person selling it to the kid said it was the only one of its kind, and he just pulled it out and he was like, really? Only one of its kind? That's kind of crazy.
And they said, what if there were 10?
Yeah, he's like, what if there was he's like, because the existence of another knife just gives the possibility that it wasn't him. Like, if it was one of a kind, but he literally proved that there was more than one of the knife. So it's like that it is a possibility that he didn't murder his father.
Yeah.
And the point about the old man limping too, like that was really how could an old man like with a limp run that fast in 15 seconds?
That did bother me though. That did bother me because even though they timed it, he did all the steps and stuff. It wasn't 41 seconds. It was 31. I timed it. That kind of bothered me.
Okay, that nerd guy is also kind of an idiot too. So
That's true.
I mean,
You know what?
Either
Bad
way-
movie.
It
Right.
could have been
thing
improv
is-
and he just didn't do the math right.
Yeah. The thing is too, I think it's funny because they were like, "You're going too slow," and he was like, "Well, I'll speed up." And even then, it was still past the time frame of that old
Oh
man.
yeah.
Cause he
Definitely.
sped. I just think it's funny that like everybody was in the way of the room and he just kept walking. He just like was like, "All right, guess I'm doing this."
Yeah,
Everybody
and-
kept moving out of his way.
Well, no, people were getting in front of him too. Like that one guy,
Yeah.
the guy with the cough, like stood in front of him and walked backwards. He's like, "What are you doing?"
He's like,
what are
"We're
you
really
doing?"
doing this right now?"
Yeah, he's like, "You're really doing this? You're really doing this?" And it's like, bro, move out of the way. Get
Yeah,
out.
I think it was just solid and everything. Well, yeah, and everything because the dialogue, the acting, even the camera work was perfect. I think for what
Yeah.
it was.
Mm-hmm.
And
The
the
only
plot.
thing, I think it could have just
Yeah.
gone without any music at all. Honestly, the music, like, I mean, it was fine, but it was just like, it really just like the random, like, it used the same like one score that it had like over and
Yeah.
over again. I mean, yeah, I know it was like back then and everything.
I
but,
was-
like, but still, I'm like I don't know. I just feel like it just wasn't necessary in my
I would-
opinion.
Yeah, I was so invested I didn't even hear the music. I didn't know there was music in this movie. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Really,
I knew
Yeah.
there was music, but I only noticed it at the end and the beginning. If I'm
it
being
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
it was like it was literally like I don't know. It was just weird the placement at like some of the scenes. Like no, it was when they had a recount or whatever. He was like, okay, I'll change my vote. The juror number 8's like, I'll change my vote to guilty if everybody says guilty. But if one person votes not guilty, we're gonna stay here.
Yeah.
And then it like played that music. I was like it wasn't really
Yeah, see,
necessary.
I didn't even
honestly.
hear it there. I was just so invested. Like, it pulled me in there. I thought... I was getting mad that they, like... I was getting mad at characters. I don't know. I was so invested.
And also, I love the fact that you don't even know any of their names until
Yeah.
the end, and it's just the juror number 8 and the old guy. Like,
Yeah, true.
that you don't know any of their. It's like they all come from different walks of life. And
Yeah,
everything.
like... Hey, what's your
You know
name?
what's
It's this.
Yeah,
I see ya.
I
you know
couldn't.
what's a weird thought?
The music was so loud, I couldn't even hear what they were saying.
Everybody in that room is dead. It's a
Yeah.
weird thought.
Yeah.
Wait, really? Everybody? Wait,
Yeah,
all of them are dead?
everybody.
Really?
Yeah, I checked.
Do you... Have you guys seen the movie 42?
What is it? Oh, Jackie Robinson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know the racist coach on the Philadelphia team? The actor for
Yeah.
that? Do you think he looked like the guy with the hat that was, like, getting really impatient?
A little bit.
He looked just like him for me, and I was just wondering if they were related anyway. I need to look it up, but it looked just
That'd
like
be
him.
interesting.
I'm gonna do
think it
some
was a
research right now.
solid- It was a solid like 9, I think.
Yeah, I think song like a 9.5.
I
9.5.
think
Yeah.
I think for right now it was a 9.5, but at the time it came out it was a 10. For the
Yeah.
time it came out.
At the
Yeah.
time it came out, it was probably shit. Show a lot of people because it probably upset a lot of people's views. To be
Oh,
honest.
Well,
maybe,
yeah.
maybe.
Oh no, honestly, but I'm saying like for the time it did come out, I think it's
Yeah.
a 10 for that time period.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it was super influential. Like, there's a ton of like a lot of shows like
Yes.
parody
Like-
it and shit like that. Like,
Even now. Sorry, Cam, go ahead. Sorry.
oh no, I'm just saying like that Family Guy episode where
Mhm.
with Mayor West's on trial for murder, and it's like they parody 12 Angry Men in that
Yeah.
and everything.
My thing is like even now this is still influential to people because it just shows.
I just think it was power and simplicity, honestly.
It really was. It
Yeah.
was just literally like the camera. It was just a lot of the camera work was really good.
Yeah, it was.
Was what no, even like the small things like fucking when they were writing on the sheets, like the anonymous thing, like all the different handwriting on the sheet on each paper, like all the different types of
Oh
handwriting.
yeah, I
It's
like
like-
that too.
It shows like, you know, everybody, like they're all different, you know what I mean? Like like a lot of things are symbolic in that movie. It's like showing that they're all different.
Yeah.
Like when the guy that like kept like joking about everything, he like, I don't know, he just like he has such like a weird like way about him, and then when that guy came up to him and was like, why are you just voting with the majority to get out of here and go to your baseball game? And like he was like he still couldn't come up with a reason why he voted not guilty
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah.
He still
And-
couldn't come up with a reason.
And it's funny that the guy that he was talking bad about, he was saying like, you know, talking all the crap about the watchmaker, saying, well, you know, these people come into our like come here and take our jobs and steal everything. It's funny how he says they steal our jobs, but this guy is only worried about going to a baseball game, while the other person is a watchmaker.
Yeah.
The other guy's a watchmaker, like he's making his money. This guy's only worried about going to a baseball game. Like that proves to you.
Yeah, like most of them were like jobs that were like you need like schooling for, or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
or like a craft job. Like juror number 8 was an architect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy was a businessman, right? The advertising guy or whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, all of them were like high up positions. Like they weren't like most. I don't because they didn't. A lot of them didn't say what their occupations were.
Yeah.
But
The dude that went to the baseball game said he sold marmalade.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
He
yeah.
And-
made like 20-something thousand a year.
Yeah, and he's the one that I just put in the picture of the two actors, but apparently they're not related. But I don't know, they look similar to me.
It looks
They
like
look
Yeah.
a lot alike.
But yeah, I was gonna say in 20K a year that was probably a lot back then.
It
Yeah.
was-
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. That's like just under what average people make in this country right
Mhm.
now. Damn, dude was well off. I didn't even think of this.
Yeah,
But
like
yeah, I think,
because yeah. Oh, well, no, I was just gonna say like in these old movies they always say like yeah it cost $1, and I'm like that back then $1 was kind of a lot.
yeah,
Dude,
I mean, the guy was dripped out.
yeah,
He was.
it-
They were all dripped out.
yeah, cause like I looked at an old paper, like this is a little off topic, but I looked at an old paper when I was in my history class learning about different pricing. An oven now, you know how they cost like thousands of dollars? Like it still was equivalent back then, because an oven back then would only cost like 67, but if you only get paid a penny like every 2 weeks,
Oh yeah.
or not 2 weeks, but like even poor people, they got like maybe 2 or 3 pennies like for what they were doing. So that was a lot. That was a lot of money back then.
yeah.
Like, dude, technically a millionaire.
Mhm.
I had this one substitute teacher who said he would buy a big bag of candy for 5 cents,
Yeah,
and he would buy a big pizza for 10 cents.
dude. Fucking.
So I know, man. I know about that conversion rate.
I wonder how he's doing. Kind of off topic. I wonder how he's doing.
Probably dead.
But
But yeah, I think
Sadly.
this movie. I mean, I know about black and white movies and shows. Like I like Love Lucy. I like Twilight Zone. But this movie wanted me to like, or made me want to watch more movies like this, like black
Yeah,
and white.
definitely.
Yeah.
I always thought they were like boring.
Quick side note: I just did the I looked up a calculator, and 26,000 a year. He said, right?
Yeah.
So that in 2021 that would have been 286,000 a year.
Damn.
Sheesh.
Holy marmalade, huh?
Fucking, you guys want to start selling marmalade?
Yeah.
I think so.
I also think like you said, I Love Lucy's more of a comedy for black and white. Like it keeps you in not because of like it's in color and it pops, but it keeps you in because of haha funny jokes. Twilight Zone is just it's a Twilight Zone.
I was
It's
actually
weird.
thinking like people should use the black and white filter like as an artistic choice.
Th-
I
they,
like
Yeah,
the black and
it should
white.
be like when they have more serious
Snyder cut
movies.
released it in black and white.
They there's a movie called a horror movie called The Lighthouse that just came out like last year I think, or 2019 or something, and it's like Steve Buscemi and I forget who the other guy is, but it's like it's in black and white, and I still need to watch it. That should be a movie that we
Did
should
we-
talk
Yeah,
about.
we'll do
I
that
don't-
next week.
I don't like scary movies.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah,
If
too bad.
anything, we can watch it together then, because I get scared easily too.
I know. Okay,
I
we
get
can
scared
watch it
easily
together.
too, so we can cuddle.
Wait, you said Snyder Cut was in black and white?
Yeah, they released a Justice's Gray version of the Snyder Cut of Justice League, where it's all black and white.
Sounds cool actually.
And
know
the Snyder Cut in general isn't in normal aspect ratio. It doesn't fit your TV because it was made. They kept it the way it would have been made for a movie screen
Oh,
for
so
artists.
it's like there's like black bars.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not widescreen.
Oh, it's 4x3.
Yeah, I believe so.
Who's Snyder?
You know.
I actually don't know who Snyder
He
is.
made 300. He directed 300.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Zack
Directed
Snyder.
Watchmen, a few other things. Batman
Oh.
vs Superman. But
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the black and white thing is cool. The Lighthouse, we should look into
Yeah,
that one.
I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, I
Really good.
cannot watch scary movies by myself. So
The YouTube channel that I watch, Dead Meat, said I didn't watch his kill count of it, like his review kind of it, but he's like, I watched the first like 10 seconds, and he was like, it's like he said it's one of his like favorite horror movies that came out that year.
But it's horror as in like what, supernatural, or is it like it's A24 too.
It's
A24 is a really good studio.
I think it's more like psychological than
Yeah.
supernatural. I think.
Yeah, because that studio has made what is it? Ghost Story. But it's like a person literally like under a white sheet the whole time. There's no special effects.
Mm-hmm.
For the person, I mean.
alright, really quick, let's just give our scores of the 12 Angry Men. So like we can put together that video. And then
I say
the full podcast.
9. I say 9 because I don't really give anything a 10 out of 10 unless it's like, okay, I loved it. I really like this one, but it's not like, you know, I would recommend it to everyone because I don't think everyone would like it.
yeah.
I think, coming from someone who didn't think they'd like it, and I am a sucker for visual effects and high quality, I would say it's as close to a 10 as it can get, honestly, 9.5,
Yeah.
because I didn't think I'd like it and it did entertain me,
Yeah.
so.
I agree. I would say it's 9.5 for me because like not only is it just like ahead of its time, but I like movies like this, but to an extent, like you said, I'm not really big on visuals, and stuff like this usually would make me like pass out, but it just keeps you like keeps you ready to watch it, like it just keeps your attention on it.
Yeah.
And like it also like I remember watching this before, like I said in my history class. So it teaches people stuff. It's not just like, oh, here's the movie, So I think I'm gonna agree. I think it's a 9.5.
Yeah, the camera work was like way ahead of its time.
It was. Yeah, that's why, because I love camera work. Like I fucking hate Game of Thrones because of that. So, but I give it a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is really like I agree with what all you guys said. It was just it was very influential, and it was the camera work and everything was perfect. Like the acting was perfect and everything.
I'm a sucker for like dialogue. Honestly,
Yeah.
if this was like a screenplay, I could read it and like still laugh at like the one-liners.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't give it a 10 because you know, like I can't just recommend it to anybody. It's not a
exactly.
Yeah,
It's not-
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That what?
No, I stopped so I could let him finish. I was gonna say, yeah, that's what made me want to have it as a 9.5 because you can't like recommend it to everybody.
Because a lot of people are like old equals bad, so
Yeah, because they're stupid.
really stupid.
See,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I just didn't want like okay, black and white movies to me represented like mediocre, like okay because they were made so long ago, and I was like, no one can relate to old movies, but like this one, a ton of people can relate to it. Like there's different personalities that anyone can relate to.
That's why I'm gonna say it. It's like, honestly, I think I might give it a 10 because I think if you force someone to watch it, they will watch it, even if like. Yeah, you can recommend it and they'll say no, but if you force them to sit in front of it, like 9 out of 10 people would probably like it, so.
Yeah, with a gun.
The only bad thing about this movie now is like the reason I'm giving it a 9.5 is the only reason I'm giving it a 9.5, or I'll give it a 9.8 because people have an attention span of a squirrel, so they're like most people nowadays. You can't really recommend it to them. So that's why I don't want to give it like a 10 because like people who are probably gonna look up like reviews on this to see if they should watch it, probably gonna be people like old, like either older people who actually watch it or younger people who want to go sit and watch their TikToks. So I give it a 9.8. I don't
Yeah.
want to say.
Yeah.
Any oldies watching this? Look in the description for
Yeah.
my Snapchat. All right.
Oh my.
Yeah, people can't watch this, but then they'll sit through 3 hours of Endgame when it's like half filler.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, that's
Yep.
true.
Like, I love Endgame. Don't get me wrong, but it's fucking like it's a lot of just sitting around and talking. Like you know,
Yeah.
fucking like I love that movie, but it is a lot of just sitting around and talking. And if you didn't watch previous Marvel movies, you're not going to enjoy Endgame.
It's true. That I can agree with that. It was cheesy, honestly. In my opinion,
What was cheesy? Endgame?
Endgame. Yeah.
I think Infinity War is better, but I mean,
Definitely.
I think I'd rather watch Suicide Squad than half the Marvel movies. So
That's kind of a stretch.
I don't know, man.
That's a topic for another time.
Yeah,
That's a hot one.
But
that's a
the
hot
li-
one. But
the Lighthouse, because I haven't seen it, so that'll be. I heard that's really good, so we should watch that.
I mean, shit, we could watch it right now. I got time.
And then hold on to it for a week.
I could just digest it for a whole.
I mean, honestly, we don't even have to hold on to it for a week. We can fucking just record it like whenever we want.
Truth.
Truth.
We don't fuck a schedule. Let's just do it whenever we're free. You know what I
Let's
mean?
just bang out 5 right now.
Everybody's in the mood. Right. Let me look up.
Yeah, except
Let's
for yeah. So
The Lighthouse.
yeah, I'm just peeping at the topics and I see juror number 8 coming out with some sussy things, but we can skip over that.
Fine.
What?
Oh, okay. Studio Ghibli movies are overrated.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
I
Yes.
think
No.
no. It's no. Okay, here, listen.
Wait, are we talking about this now, or what's
I
going
guess
on?
so, because
Yeah, no, we're talking about this now. Wait,
I mean, did you have anything else about The Lighthouse that you wanted to get into? I think we'll just get into that after we watch it anyway. So
Oh, yeah, no, I think it's on Prime, so I'm looking. Hold
yeah.
on.
Okay.
We can end this episode though.
No, I'm not letting this end on that.
Yeah, it's free on Prime.
No, I'm talking about
what
the
about it
episode.
is overrated?
No, I'm talking. Wait, are we going into another topic right now?
Studio Ghibli
Okay.
films. Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, listen. Here's my opinion. The 3 best Studio Ghibli movies are Spirited Away, Ponyo, and Howl's Moving Castle.
No.
No.
Arietta is a close
Arrietty.
second.
Arrietty.
Arrietty, whatever that is. Okay, Tale, the Princess Kaguya, whatever, overrated. But
I
then
liked
the
that
Wind
movie.
Rises.
Princess
Mononoke.
Princess
No,
Mononoke
Princess
is a
Mononoke-
banger. It is good.
Princess
It is
Mononoke
good.
is so overrated. So
No,
overrated.
I have to disagree.
It is.
I will disagree.
It's not even that good. It's not. Dude has a demon arm, and like it's such a small thing in the plot.
Okay,
He
Ponyo's
doesn't do shit with it.
okay, and Ponyo's literally a fish girl. It's just a romance story like anything else.
But
Ponyo's
Princess
not that good.
Mononoke was about the whole world. It wasn't just about him. It was
Yeah.
about the whole
Every
world
movie,
around him.
every Studio Ghibli movie is about the world and nature in some way. If you haven't noticed.
No, I know, but like if you take like Spirited Away, it's more about the girl's journey through that, whereas the other thing is more about everyone's journey. You know what I'm saying?
What, Princess Mononoke?
Yeah, Princess Mononoke.
I didn't like it as much as people said. Like, people said it was amazing. It was so good. I walked away from that.
Well, listen, I'm not gonna say it's a perfect film, but I'm not gonna say it's overrated either.
If you
I
would
honestly
say,
think Ponyo's overrated.
you would say for its time, maybe, but like it hasn't aged well in my opinion. Ponyo is good because it's not like trying to send a message. It's not trying to convey this big thing about the world. It's a fish. They meet. It's a short romance story, but there's still a lesson to be learned.
It's just another love
I
story.
just think that
It's
that
not.
animation
It's literally
pushes
The Little Mermaid.
animation.
It's not the Little Mermaid.
It literally is The Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid sucks.
Yeah, so does Ponyo.
Ponyo does not.
Yes, it does. Okay.
You can
literally-
take different
listen,
parts of the
listen.
movie, but the animation is it pushes animation. Like you
All
feel
studios- yeah.
everything in that animation. You feel
All
weight.
s-
You feel everything.
Yeah.
I feel like that's all Studio Ghibli films. Like they all have their own like animation. They're just really good. But back to my topic on Ponyo. Ariel comes out the ocean, fish girl, loses her voice. Oh no! I fall in love with a prince. Now I'm great. Ponyo. I'm a fish. Oh, love makes me a human. Oh, my parents let me marry you. That's be with you on land. Crazy. It's the same concept. Ponyo's not that good.
Really?
Okay.
Yes. I
Oh,
like
no.
Ponyo, and I still think it's not the best Studio Ghibli film. It's not even that good. Like it wouldn't be on my top tier for Studio Ghibli.
My
films.
Neighbor Totoro, so average, dude. What the
Okay.
fuck happened at the end? She rides the cat? Well, like, what? I felt like I was on an acid trip at the end, dude.
I agree, but
What
I'm
the
still
hell?
like,
What the fuck was that?
it's cat
Okay,
buzz.
Okay,
It's cat buzz.
the mom is sick. I understand that. So she rides a giant cat to the mom and it ends
Okay,
right
but
there.
now you sound like my dad whenever I watch something, and I was watching Dragon Ball one time in front of him, and he's like, "These guys can fly? What the hell's going on? It's animation.
What
It's
That's part of the power, though.
Dude, okay.
no matter what I tried to explain, it was not getting in his head. Okay.
Okay, but no, okay. This is Sean. You know how you said that these movies push animation? You want to know what fucking movie is right now in modern anime is pushing anime movie animation? Fucking Dragon Ball Super Broly.
Here we go.
That-
Here we
Yeah.
go.
That is the fucking best anime movie,
It's
looking
a
anime
Broly
movie
snip,
I've
man.
ever seen.
I agree.
It is
but
the best
also,
looking anime movie I've ever seen.
one of the people following that is Demon Slayer, because Demon Slayer's animation is
Yeah.
crisp. It's good. The movie, you can argue it wasn't the best plot-wise, but animation-wise, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Wait, for
Sound.
Broly or Demon Slayer?
Demon
For
Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
Yeah,
No, Broly was solid.
Yeah, no, because Demon Slayer, it tried to fit the whole arc into one movie. That's why it was like,
Yeah.
I don't know, the pacing was a little weird. Of the
But
movie.
Demon
but-
Slayer's
dude.
animation, the way they integrate, like, it's the same way. How do I put it?
CGI.
Like, yeah, CGI of
Yeah.
it's just so good the way that they do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking the CGI in Broly looks like fucking Dragon Ball Fighters. like it looks like you're fucking playing fighters. Like the CG looks that good in
Nah,
fucking Broly.
Broly's solid, man.
I just
Yeah.
like that it looks better than like back in. If you look at some CGI, even in anime now, like newer anime coming out, it's still garbage.
I've watched
Yeah.
Broly, like, no joke, like 8 times.
Yeah, fucking I've watched it like so many times too. And the
Yeah.
fucking Broly versus Gogeta, like okay, you watch the movie, right? And the animation's slowly getting better, and then when Goku fight, like when it's Goku versus Broly and Vegeta versus Broly, you're like, okay, there's no way it can get better. And then fucking Gogeta versus Broly, fucking that like looks fucking phenomenal. Like the fucking it's so fluid. The art looks
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
All the colors, too, go well
Yeah,
together.
the coloring and everything, the background slowly changing, like all the lava and everything, and then they go into like that alternate dimension, and then they come back and everything's like dust. Like there's no
Even
lava.
Vegeta doesn't know what's going on. He's like, what the?
Yeah, fucking he goes in there and he's like and fucking only thing that I was disappointed with was that Broly went into his full power form in like a CG transformation. I wish it was like 2D, but I mean, they gave that fucking whole scene where he went Super Saiyan in 2D, so I mean, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah,
Broly's probably the best anime movie I've seen.
yeah, dude. That's why I'm like, dude, I don't even know how they're gonna top that for fucking 2022, the 2022 Dragon Ball movie. I don't even know how they're gonna top it. I really don't even know.
Back to the topic of Studio Ghibli. Dude, they're overrated for the most part. There's like a couple good ones that I can like recommend. To
I
someone,
don't
but,
think so just because of the animation. I still think it is the best, like, realistic style, but, like, not realistic look of animation. Like, a character can be walking, and you know exactly how it feels to how they're walking, and what pace, if they're being dragged down. It's just the weight of everything. It's just, I don't know. I just
The
can't.
emotions.
To me, it's not about the plot. It's all about, like, or anything. It's not about the movies in general. I just can't call them overrated because of the animation.
Yeah, and like you feel the emotion as well. Like, I don't know. I think like best Studio Ghibli film, like animation wise, I really liked Howl's Moving Castle, but it was just so detailed and it was just really really nice. I liked the whole plot for that. I don't, and then like Princess Mononoke, I think that'd be my second. Ponyo's just really not in there for me.
And, like, I'm not saying, like, they're the best studio.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't even seen all their movies. But, like, from the ones I have, I can't call them overrated. That's
And
what I'm saying.
Yeah, Arrietty was really good too. I think that's like on my third for Studio Ghibli films. Like it was
that's
just really
my
good.
favorite.
Arrietty, dude,
Yeah.
I have such a good memory with that. That's like the one time I actually like had money to go to the movie theater with my mom, and like we went and saw that movie the day it came out, and it like came out on my birthday, and I was just so like hyped for it, and I just liked it too because I was really into like you know the movie The Borrowers. That's what it's based off of. Have you ever seen that old movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's based off of. Like honestly, that's where they took all their ideas from.
So they plagiarized.
Maybe.
Another reason why they're overrated.
Oh my.
So you stole.
No, they literally took it and just made it better. They improved it.
I
You
haven't
stole
watched the Red Turtle. I want to watch that one though. It looks good.
That's the good. What was Big Fish and Begonia? What the one we watched?
Oh
Victor, that
my
wasn't
goodness! Don't
that
even
movie.
don't even
Me and
talk
Victor
about
watched a
that,
movie.
dude.
Me and Victor watched a movie called Big Fish and Begonia, and it's so bad.
What was
It
it? An anime movie?
sucks, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the animated movie. We sat there. I was like, "Come on, let's watch it." And he was like, "All right." And then we finally watched it. We sat there the whole movie not knowing what the fuck was going on. And like we looked at the reviews and everybody was like, "It's fucking stupid. It's about a fish." Like oh my, Victor,
It's
no.
horrible, man.
We should
So what was it about?
It was literally about this girl. Okay, so this girl went through a portal.
Dude,
and
listen, we can't even like
yeah,
tell
you can't
we can't even tell you.
explain it.
Like our explaining is not gonna make a difference.
Okay, but I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Okay,
Explain
I'm
it.
gonna try to explain it. Okay, so this girl goes through falls through a portal by accident, and she's a dolphin. Like they're dolphins. They
Okay.
go out and they
Alice in
go.
Wonderland. Wait, no. Fuck, Narnia.
No, they come. They come to the real world. That's so ugly. Get that out of here. I don't want to see that.
Fuck you.
Ponyo 2.
But anyway, so what happens is these people from a different dimension come to our world as dolphins, and like, what were they doing? Like monitoring us, or just going and seeing humans or whatever? So what happened was, wait, what? Yeah, because there was a whole part where this girl falls in the ocean and like dies or
Dude,
something.
The plot does not line up.
So
at
the
all.
dolphins are monitoring the humans.
No, they're not monitoring them at all. I don't know why they're coming to Earth. And then they go back through this portal.
The dolphins
and
are from space.
No, they're from a different dimension of like people. And then what happens? This girl finds this little fish that's supposed to be. Where the fuck did she find the fish from? Anyway, she found this
No,
magical.
it's the soul. It's the soul.
Oh yeah, she saves the soul by accident. Oh, that's what it was. The little girl fell in the ocean, and she was going to save her soul or his soul because they died. So she had the soul, and it started becoming like this. It started out as like a little what the fuck, tadpole type thing, yeah. And then it grew into this fucking dolphin that became like huge, like skyscraper huge. And she was like, I gotta hide it. And they're trying to kill this dolphin because it's a soul and she's not supposed to have it. But she traded half of her soul. So if the dolphin dies, she dies. And like towards the end, her whole world's going into havoc because she saved this soul. And like it leaves. And I don't even remember what happens after that. Her grandfather turns into a tree. Half of her population fucking dies. I don't know. It's stupid.
You just gotta watch it, dude.
No,
You
that
really
should be
do.
another topic. Big Fish and Begonia should be another topic because I want to hear you guys' opinion on that.
Okay, all right. Are we watching The Lighthouse or
Yeah,
Are we
I'll
gonna-
watch it.
I got nothing to do right now.
Wait, we're watching it right now?
yeah?
Oh, I got some DVD to play.
The fuck?
Like, I
What's
don't
this
mean
guy
to, like,
on?
I don't mean to, like,
You are being that guy.
I'm that guy.
Like,
Who'd that guy
okay,
have?
I'm sorry,
I'm
but
that
if you
guy.
look, I realized too. She fell in love with the dolphin as well as the guy, because the dolphin becomes a person or something again.
You
Like,
go
that's-
Okay,
all
but this is the
night.
real question. Did the dolphin know about rolling in the deep?
Okay, dude.
Okay, man. But
Alright,
look at this. Well, don't you look at that and you're like, wow, that looks like a really good movie. It's fucking garbage. Like the whole time we watched it, we went and looked up reviews afterwards, Victor, right? Like, look at this.
Remember, I didn't even know I watched it with you, honestly.
Wow.
I
heard.
completely forgot. I just knew it was bad, and I tried to erase it from my mind.
I actually hate you.
I'm not even
Wait.
joking.
You see how small that thing is? You see how small
Yeah.
that fish is? Look at this.
See, when you
How the
saw that,
fuck?
I thought of a sea turtle on the cover. I don't know why.
That's the Studio Ghibli film.
Wait, this movie.
It's a narwhal.
Yeah,
What
it's,
it-
remember?
But it's not
I
a
remember-
dolphin.
I forgot that it was a narwhal, Victor. I'm sorry. I forgot it grew a horn like in the last 5 seconds of the movie.
I'm done, man. Just stop talking about it.
So
It's actually so garbage.
Well, narwhals
yeah.
don't actually exist.
I mean,
What?
if we're gonna watch The Lighthouse, it's on Prime, and me and Sean have Prime, right?
Maybe
You guys have prom? When?
like 20. Like.
Bro, why does
hour.
Robert Pattinson look like Mario?
Dude, okay, I will say this. The visuals on this movie are really good, but that's it. It's like, you know Weathering with You? It's like, those movies are good. The visuals are good. They're just good all around. This thing tried to be that, and just, it's not good. It's not good. Only the visuals are good.
Have you guys watched Your Name?
No.
Why?
Yes, I have. It's a very good movie.
You
I think-
haven't seen Your Name.
never
I've seen it
Your
twice. I've seen it
Oh,
twice. It's so
shit.
good. It's so good.
I
I've never
watched it
seen-
5 times.
Wait, Victor, we watched it in here. Remember, we watched it, like, you were streaming it. We watched it in the Discord.
Xavier was there too, I think.
Yeah, Xavier was there, back when Xavier joined.
Well, he probably didn't pay attention, but
Probably didn't watch it.
No, Xavier actually watched that movie.
but
Exactly.
Xavier doesn't watch movies, and that's why he's not here.
There was another movie I streamed when Xavier joined.
It wasn't Weathering with You, but it was the other one.
It's probably like Get Hard.
No, it was an anime movie. What
I
was
wanna-
it?
Is your name the one where they? It was the one where they were in.
They were like the same person.
Yeah,
Yeah, that. Your name is the one
it
where
was
they
like
were the
Freaky
same person?
Friday.
Yeah.
Victor.
Okay.
The amount of times that we've referenced that opening scene for the other guys and we haven't watched it in here yet, dude, we gotta watch it.
What? What?
Aim for the bushes.
Yeah.
We've referenced that scene so many times. We need to
Oh.
watch it in here.
It's so stupid.
No,
For the bushes.
because I watched that. I watched this like a clip from it on YouTube. It was like when Mark Wahlberg's he's a combo for like a bitch or whatever. He's like you're a tuna and I'm a lion, and he's like, and Will Ferrell's like, yeah, that's very stupid of you to be a lion when I'm a tuna. 1, lions can't swim, and 2, I have a whole school of tuna. You'll swim back to land, and we're gonna develop a breathing apparatus and go and hunt you down and stalk you. You know what? Maybe we won't have that much oxygen. Maybe 45 minutes to an hour, but we'll go back, improve it, get more oxygen, and keep stalking you and hunt your family down.
I have another thing too. What is it? What is that show called? The movie fucking.
I'm a peacock, let me fly.
What is that one? What is it called, Victor? The Last Dragon. Rava.
The Disney one.
Oh,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Oh, Raya or
Raya,
something?
yeah.
Raya. Yeah, that movie's not that good. Animation.
Yeah.
The best modern Disney movie that came out was Soul. Soul was
Yeah,
really
it's
good.
pretty good. It's pretty
Dude,
good.
my coworker did make a fair point. I was talking to her one time, and she's like, "I love Disney." Like, she's like, "I love Disney, but how come every time there's a person of like ethnicity, they're like never fully human?" You know what I mean? Because like in Princess and the Frog, they were frogs, and
What about
Soul,
Moana?
they were blue. See, that's what I was thinking. Because Moana she was herself the whole time.
Yeah.
But isn't the princess black and Princess and the Frog?
Yeah,
What
but she's a
about
Yeah.
what about Mulan?
Yeah, that's. I think she was like darker skin tone, but even then I thought about that. Like I was asking y'all's opinion on that because like
Lilo
I've
and Stitch.
yeah, exactly. It's like they add other things into those movies, but not all the time are they like, you know, not a race. Cause she was like Princess and the Frog.
I think that was just an ignorant comment.
Yeah.
Pocahontas.
What'd you say?
Another
Like,
useless
Pocahontas.
comment.
Yeah, but
Pocahontas.
I think it's
Pocahontas.
only like yeah, I think it's only the more recent movies that came out. But also, if you realize it, they're trying to like add more stuff for children in there. Like not super recent, like Princess and the Frog.
What?
It's Princess and the Frog, and like Soul. They're trying to make it more CGI and like add other like elements
What?
into it.
What?
I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Wait,
Never
what?
mind.
They're trying to add more stuff for kids. They're trying to make it more
Just because
CGI.
improving the.
No, I'm saying I meant like here recently. Like she was saying how Soul is like it's like they're not
Okay,
real
so they're
people,
making
but
it more digestible for kids to understand. I see what
yeah,
you're saying.
and they're
But
adding more.
but listen, Disney has always been like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Always.
I'm just saying like
It's
yeah,
easy for kids to understand, and when you look into it, it's more complex.
yeah. That's what like because with Soul and like Luca that just came out, they're like fish people, but at the same time, kids like that kind of stuff, and it also gives them a reason to do more like. How do I put this? They don't just have to work with things that are on land. Like in Soul, they got to make their own type of like
I think they would have
adaptation
done
of.
that back then too if they had the technology.
That's what I'm saying. But now that they have it, like they do it more often. That's what I'm saying. But like
Yeah.
I'm saying, like nowadays, like with Soul and everything, they do that too because they can experiment more with what they have, like in imagination wise.
So what's the point?
No, I was bringing that topic up because I didn't agree. So I was asking y'all's opinion on.
So who is this person?
I'm not calling somebody out.
What's your address? Oh,
Oh my
All right.
god.
Well,
All right, I gotta go pee.
I gotta mark them on my list.
come back.
Well, it's just about an hour now, anyways.
Wait, what?
Okay.
We're still talking.
So juror
Yeah.
number 8. What do you think?
Yeah.
Guilty, not guilty.
Yo, mama.
All right, one vote, your mama. Ari.
You know.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille,
think-
and we're just gonna end it like that.
Oh.